Hello guys, so welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna talk about very important topic, that is what are the updates in Selenium 4. This topic is very important from your learning perspective, and if you want to know what is going on in the industry, as well as if you are preparing for some interviews, because at least in 2023 and 2024 the this question will be asked in your interviews. So let's get started. So here are some couple of features which I list down, which are introduced in new Selenium 4 version. Now the architecture of Selenium 4 is no more going to support the JSON wide protocol. If you are already working on Selenium 2 or Selenium 3 with WebDriver, you must be knowing that all the communication with the browser was done using JSON wide protocol. Now this protocol will no longer be the part of your Selenium 4. So Selenium 4 will now be using W3C protocol completely for browser driven communications. Now the $1,000,000 question is, what's the difference between these two? So the earlier version of Selenium uses JSON wide protocol. What I mean actually is it required encoding and decoding of APIs, which make it slow and it is older. Whereas in Selenium 4, there will be a standard use, that is W3C protocol, to communicate between the driver and the browser. And the advantages is W3C protocol do not require encoding and decoding of these APIs, and the test will be directly communicated with the browser, which make it even faster. And all the major browsers and all the modern browsers now support W3C itself. And if you don't know what is W3C, then do a Google search and you will get to know more about it. Okay, so do something by yourself. This is an exercise for you. Now the second feature is there will be a Chromium based support for both Chrome and Edge browsers. So now the Edge browser and the Chrome browser class will directly going to extend the Chromium, and also the native support for Opera and the Phantom JS will be removed going forward. And the user who need to test Opera now needs to rely on the Chrome, since Opera is also based on Chromium itself. So the another new feature that is introduced is for opening a new tab or a new window. So now you can actually do tab browsing as well. So previously we can navigate to windows, and now we can also navigate to tabs separately apart from windows. So we can perform different actions on these new tabs. So while we are working on a let's say base window, we can call a method and we can open our new tab and navigate to a particular URL on that tab and perform action on that tab. So if you comment, then we'll be looking at this practically. I'll be creating a separate video where we will be handling new tabs and new pop-up using Selenium 4, but only if you request it. Now the next thing is, this thing is, I would say, very important. The addition of relative locators. So there are new friendly locators. Initially it was named as friendly locators, now they are renamed it to relative locators. So there are new locator strategies being introduced where you can find an element with a particular tag name, which could be above a particular element, below a particular element, left of a particular element, and right of a particular element. So this is very important. At times we may have seen some exceptions like element interrupted exception or element is not clickable at that point, right? So like where we used to create some dynamic XPaths, and sometimes we also create some complex XPath by combining some siblings, parents, and child hierarchy. So these relative locators will going to help us a lot at this point of time, where we can straightforwardly tell that the element is on the right to a particular element. So this is what the relative locators are. And if I saw a demand on relative locators from you, so in our next video I am going to practically be showing how you can work with the relative locators using latest Selenium 4. Now another update is in Selenium Grid. So we are having Selenium Grid 4, we can say. So in this like new grid, now we can simply launch with the help of some standalone mode, and when you run this standalone mode, both hub and node will be configured at the same time. And we are doing it initially same, not the same way, but we are also doing this hub and node connection in Selenium 3 as well. So same is here in Selenium 4, but with some enhanced features and a fully distributed system where you can set up a session map on a different machine, and the features are also enhanced to support Docker as well. So guys, like these are the couple of things which are there in the market with Selenium 4 launch. If you want, you can try this thing by yourself. I have tried like automating some of the website, handling most of the features of latest Selenium 4, and I have seen that most of the things in Selenium 4 are working fine. If you encounter any issue when you are trying, so I would say let at least give it a try. Whether you get an issue or not, that's a different thing, right? So this is all about this video. So stay tuned, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.